Be the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Her Ladyship Gertrude Isaba Tokono is a citizen, not a spectator. Na ne hu komodie akopie mu e Parliament House Ndra 7th November 2025 on Nsem-Pii TV. It's a spectacular event I see ya yentimi enyeden emfensie mu de biarada. Na adientina Her Ladyship Gertrude Isaba Tokono one discussion so kopie mu majority leader Honorable Mahama Yariga a file a motion be aka business report say or parliament amanie say on the 10th of November 2025 the newly appointed nominated by President Mahama Justice Bafo Boni as the incoming Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. And the mighty minority leader, Honorable Afenyo Marcus, we have to follow due process in this country. Now, I didn't know Kasa. Or someone. There were many cases at the High Court, at the Supreme Court, yet to be heard on the case of the removal of Chief Justice Gertrude Isaba Tokono. In Comodiana Edaso Elkoso at the Supreme Court. In Tiebani saying that in Comodia Koso Supreme Court, o Parliament, o Kataweni, say unhuye. Now, person to process be so in Parliament. Are we in a jungle? There are three arms of government. Your Parliament, your Court of Superior Adjudication, and your if anything, legislature, executives, and judiciary. In judiciary, the court, executive, presidential Jubilee House with its ministers, and your Parliament, legislature, that is Parliament. Into must settle laws. Now, judiciary, a citizen of the Republic of Ghana, they have the former Chief Justice based on the Constitution. A petition and the prayer come the High Court. I'm a High Court. Attorney General a file for interpretation in the Supreme Court. Now the current acting Chief Justice also panel judges Emma omutie case no in the Supreme Court. Na sadie ni enwie payer. Now say Parliament and a version of another Superior Court. It's a part say more bo judiciary name enintia say emfa ho nkomodia koso wo ho. It is like a jungle space bia omo ankasa omo di omo agro on their own. It is emfa say ECOWAS court what in the case akopie mo ho 18th November 2025 almost say omo case no. So omo decide say omo ruling in their favor. It doesn't matter according to the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. This is going to make the Parliament a laughing stock, according to Honorable Afenyo Marking. Now, we are not some kind scheme paragraph 24. Or say the Speaker of Parliament, said here, say, so or maintaining the honor, the dignity and sanctity of the House into a buo a need young comfortable Parliament now. As a speaker and me maintain. Now ordane or a jungle book. Now you found the echoes were judiciary. Parliament can still proceed. And found the echoes were executive. Parliament can still proceed. And as a parliament, we are growing moody in a separate arm of government. They do not pay attention to the three working arms of government according to the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Now, so can I say, ECOWAS court nankasa she say on 18th November 2025 omo ajani case no of the high Chief Justice Eko share no 18th November 2025 and the hearing and ruling beba no Ghana's Parliament pray no ho akopeden 10th November 2025 must be vetted. ECOWAS court is going to sit on this matter. Now, I say even the minority file a motion in this regard. And so there are many issues. Also, about the latter issue I have any voice. Also, the current nominated acting chief justice and a nominated chief justice, Justice Bafubon, is in a conflict of interest. Conflicted because one is a one panel case. Now we hear the prayer and petition of the former chief justice. Into that be say be chief justice near you. Now we issue a prayer to the court near Botuguna Parliament appointing you are ebeye wadana. This is to Justice Bafuboni. Say that be another political power back near Claire free ho. Now we based on the constitution we issue a prayer to the Superior Court of Justice and our Supreme Court. So we here will petition in the case near Botuguna Parliament appointing a new one speedily, not paying attention to right to petition the case near Botugua ebeye odana Honorable Afenyomaki Kasapa a drew ne way near say follow procedure. A majority for say away no procedure. Parliament here there. Yenkoti Honorable Afenyomaki.
Informed that at the time the Right Honorable Speaker admitted the motion, the fact of an action pending at the Supreme Court regarding the subject matter was not brought to his attention. Based on the above precedents, the House must take its hand off the motion and allow other organs of state. I repeat, the House must take its hands off the motion and allow other organs of state properly mandated under the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, that is the judiciary, to deal with the matter. Accordingly, the motion and subsequent debate on it is stayed pending the determination of the matter by the Supreme Court. This was not a matter of injunction. It was not an injunction. Mr. Speaker, according to the majority leader, there is going to be vetting. And the chief whip attempted to arrogate the full powers of this House to himself, as if we are dealing with a one-man power, show of power in this country, by saying it will happen, it will happen. We are not into blows. We are here to argue law and for you to determine. So this kind of attack that it will happen, we argue for posterity. Democracy and practice is for posterity. So they should take it easy. Mr. Speaker, let me draw your attention to detailed provisions in our orders. First, Order 2172 on the sub judice rule, Order 103F and 123.1, and on the Speaker's control of the business of the House, guided by Order 2164. Mr. Speaker, none of these expressly contemplate the coexistence of an active constitutional dispute over legality of vacancy. The vetting that is being announced seeks to fail. We have a situation at hand. One is procedure under Order 217 that empowers the appointment committee to consider a nomination when existence of the vacancy itself is sub judice. Are we going to do that? That the appointment committee, knowing that there is a sub judice matter, will still proceed to consider the vetting, whereas the Constitution itself contemplates that the office of Chief Justice will never be vacant. That is why even when the woman was originally suspended, there was an acting Chief Justice. So there should be no hurry. Nobody should contemplate that Parliament is somewhat stopped. That seat is not vacant. However, proceeding to vet a new person to fill that office will be rendering the application of Justice Gertrude Asabato Konu otious. Mr. Speaker, the second is constitutional. we would be proceeding on the part that would amount to a legislative interference with judicial process, contrary to Article 1253 and 1272. Mr. Speaker, which vests judicial power exclusively in the courts and oblige all state organs to protect their independence and effectiveness. Mr. Speaker, we have under Order 20, Order 20 of our rules, 24 provides, the Speaker is the head of the institution of Parliament and presides over the sittings of Parliament. 4. The Speaker shall A. Uphold the honor, dignity, and the sanctity of the House. Mr. Speaker, if you read this provision in conjunction or together with the relevant provisions that protect the independence of the Constitution, we are being called upon, therefore, Mr. Speaker, to ensure that Parliament is never seen as bringing any other state organ into disrepute. You sit there, Mr. Speaker, have a duty to uphold the honor, the dignity and sanctity of the House. If this whole Parliament, in view of its own precedents, not long ago, in March, when Afenyo Makin and Habib Idrisu and Vincent Assefa had an application, which application was to determine a governance and practice issue, the majority leader argued strenuously that indeed that matter has a constitutional arm, had a constitutional issue attached thereto. Therefore, I should be restrained from moving the motion. Mr. Speaker, that was his contention. Much as Mr. Speaker, much as I argued that the matter before the House had nothing to do with the court matter, because the House still ruled. By your very good self, Mr. Speaker, you presided. Mr. Speaker, you presided and told us that indeed, because the matter was before courts, we cannot take the motion. Mr. Speaker, let me refer to Eskime, the 5th edition, Eskime, the 26th edition, Eskime, paragraph 2011, I quote, "The House has resolved that no matter awaiting adjudication by a court of law should be brought before it." The matter, if the matter is awaiting adjudication, this House must stay its hands. That is the law. That is the practice. Mr. Speaker, how then will the majority leader, in coming with a business statement, invite us to accept as part of the business statement the vetting of the nominee on Monday the 10th of November, when he is aware that the ECOWAS court has scheduled the 18th of November for the ruling in the matter brought before it? What does this House want to hurry to? Why are we in a haste to render the outcome of the case nugatory, otious, to deny the woman, the Chief Justice of the Republic, her right to occupy her office?
Honorable Minority Leader, kindly conclude.
Mr. Speaker, it is public knowledge that the learned Attorney General has so far even refused to file a defense in the matters at the Supreme Court. It was only last week that he filed a motion for leave to file for extension of time to file. Mr. Speaker, all these are happening in this country, a country of rule of law, and Parliament would want to shut its eyes on this. Mr. Speaker, in any event, the man empowered with the mandate to empanel the courts is himself the very person who has been nominated. And so far, whereas he was in a hurry to empanel the court to hear the injunction applications, none has happened in any of the 6 cases. Mr. Speaker, there's a High Court matter where the Justice Tokonu challenged the warrant of a removal. The AG filed an application seeking constitutional interpretation. It's been weeks that my Lord Bafuboni, who alone has the power to empanel the court, has not empaneled the court. In fact, none of the cases involving my lady Tokonu, as well as our respected colleague Vincent Asefua, has received the blessing of the court for the purpose of hearing. Meanwhile, the time for hearing has long lapsed, with the AG not filing any process and now seeking the leave of the court belatedly for extension of time. Mr. Speaker, I dare submit that the man who is going to be nominated himself is conflicted. He is in conflict. How can you, who knows that office, the occupant is being denied her human rights, and you are supposed to empanel, you are refusing to empanel, yet this house should bless you with the benefit of vetting. Mr. Speaker, the majority leader cannot invite us.
Honorable Minority Leader, I'm pleading with you to conclude.
No, I'm concluding. Mr. Speaker, these are preliminary matters. We have our own matter to deal with, but we want to bring it in the context of the Business Committee report and invite the majority leader to graciously withdraw that aspect of his submission to the effect that on Monday there's going to be vetting. We will not support a report, that business committee report, that has an aspect that says that there's going to be vetting. Mr. Speaker, in any event,
Honorable Minority Leader, do you have the business statement?
Mr. Speaker,
the business statement report.
With respect, the business statement, when a member, Mr. Speaker, I've been a majority leader before. When the business statements is presented and questions are asked and inputs are made, and the majority leader and leader of government business, and for that matter the chair of the business committee, confirms certain provisions, it becomes part of the report. That is it. Yes. So, Mr. Speaker, don't take me to that part. Mr. Speaker, with respect, he has confirmed that there has been a program. So, Mr. Speaker, let's not belabor. It's a fact. We are saying that he should take that off. He should withdraw that bit so that the original component of the business committee's report remains without any vetting whatsoever on Monday. Mr. Speaker, in any event, we, the minority, as law-abiding as we are, filed a motion several days ago, and I've done several follow-ups. Mr. Speaker, our minority should not be taken for granted. It should never be taken for granted. We are encouraged at all times that we should be law-abiding, follow procedure, and we'll be vigilant in that process. So, Mr. Speaker, awaiting all of this, the majority leader cannot just announce to us that Justice Alaba Esabato Kolu's prayer does not matter. She is a Ghanaian who was appointed. She has submitted herself to all due process. Her rights must be respected. This parliament must, with the greatest respect, rely on its own precedent not long ago and allow the court to determine the matter. It should be our collective call on the acting Chief Justice to quickly empanel the court. It must be our collective voice to encourage the Attorney General to file a defense. It must be our collective voice to encourage the Attorney General to go to the ECOWAS court and file a defense, rather than we being threatened by the chief whip of the majority that vetting will happen with all his might. We are not dealing with might. That vetting will not happen. It will not happen.